Good morning. Good morning. Ooh wee. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all know I gotta come on and say good morning. Ooh wee. Y'all know how y'all feel this morning. Y'all know through these past couple of days. Let's not say couple. It's been more than a couple of days. It's actually been 3 weeks. And I've been on my 3 week sabbatical. How y'all feeling, YouTube? What's good, Facebook family and friends? How y'all feel? This is how I got to set it up. You know, you can listen. If I can do it, ooh, did you hear me? I said, if I can do it and get it done, then of course you know that at the same time you gonna have the ability to do it too. You will have the ability to do it. You got to be willing to do it in spite of everything that's going on in our lives. We're going to have the ability. We have the ability and the agility to get it done. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought provoking specialist. And I had something special for y'all, right? I'm just trying to figure it out. I promise you, I'm just trying to figure it out. Y'all got to stay tuned. You got to stay tuned until I get it all the way done. But at the same time, it's a beautiful space to be here. Come on in. Ooh, yes. Come on in. Come on in. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. This is Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. Let's go. We might as well go.
Welcome to the Hourglass Era, where the sands of time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday, within the 9 o'clock hour. I am Kendrick B. Davis, the thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Allow us to guide as we delve into the depths of our consciousness and navigate the interwoven pathways of the mind. Join me on this thought-provoking journey where we explore the spiritual, intellectual, and physical realms, peering into the very essence of self-awareness and holistic understanding. Everything on this earth is symbolic of the hourglass concept, and its center represents neutrality, a balance, a pivotal metaphor of our journey here in the hourglass. Just as the pH transition from acidity to alkalinity, so too must we navigate our thoughts from discordance to harmony. It's about transversing the realms of the seven chakras and unlocking the spiritual strength and aligning our conscious selves with the great aspects of life. Each session here unravels the unexplored conscious thought of human existence, inviting you to awaken, transcend, and comprehend the vast expansion of our inner world. So, come, tune in, and let's embark together on this extraordinary odyssey towards enlightenment. Welcome, welcome, welcome
to the Hourglass Era. Hey, welcome to the Hourglass Era. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Ooh, it's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing to serve the mind of the people. Of course, y'all know I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment to tell the world, and tell every individual under the sound of my voice that we got to move forward. Did you hear me? I said we just have to move forward. I don't believe that there's a time in our lives that we can become stagnated. And I know that for 21 days, the creator of all things just took me on a 21-day hiatus, if you will. And let's call it a sabbatical. What is sabbatical? You know what I'm saying? He took me on a 21-day sabbatical. And at the same time, in that sabbatical period, you know what I'm saying, you have time to renew and discover and recharge about everything that's been going on in your life. You have the ability to renew. So a 21-day sabbatical, it says for ministry leaders and workers, such as, you know what I'm saying, offering a stone or can help, you know what I'm saying, a new faith or a new passion. A wellness sabbatical, a devotional book can be written in 21 days. Here are some tips of planning a 21-day sabbatical. A plan, unstructured time, you know what I'm saying, for yourself. Just nothing going on. All is well. Everything is in alignment to your assignment. Y'all know that as on October 15th, 2022, the creator of all things said, open the laptop and speak into the mind of the people, right? This is what he said to me. He said, open the laptop. And I looked over on my desk at that moment, and the laptop was laying on my desk flat, closed. And he said, open the laptop and speak into the mind of the people. And we had just came out of a pandemic, so that was a pandemic. They missed the L between the P and the A. And so at the same time, we came out of a pandemic. We just came out of all of the triggers and the traumas that I believe that this world and this world systems always set up for us. They set up these triggers that we can be triggered visually. We can be triggered psychologically. We can be triggered emotionally and spiritually. We are triggered when we see our Black men with knees on our necks and things of that nature, and we've been shot down in the street. I believe that it's all a part of the plan. And so at the same time, he said, open the laptop, and speaking to the mind of the people. And I've been here ever since. And so with me, it started with Trayvon Martin for me. I can't tell y'all when it hit and something hit in my spirit for you, but I can tell you when it started for me. It started for me during the time of the Trayvon Martin thing, that it just something in me started kind of bubbling up and say, listen, what we see, we have to be careful about our eye gates and our ear gates, man. We just can't allow any and everything in our eye gates. I even in our ear gates, even when I hear songs like, oh, I'll eat jailhouse food, I'll be like, I cut it off, because that's not something that she just talking. I believe that they are programmed that way to make us feel like going in that route would be the route by which we should go. And I'm here to tell you, be careful about the things that you allow in your ear gates. Be careful about the things that you allow in your eye gates, because your eyes is truly the window to your soul. And I believe that our souls is tied up into what we see and what we hear and how it moves us. And so at the same time, I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment to tell the world that we got to move forward. We don't have no other choice but to move forward. We have no other choice. And so in these 21 days, this 21-day sabbatical that the creator of all things led me into, said that as I went, right? Sometimes in life, when he says move, you don't have the ability to tell everybody around you in your immediate circle, this is what the creator told you to do. Did you hear me? I say sometimes in this thing called life, you don't have the ability, YouTube. Do you see me, YouTube? Facebook, family, and friends, do you understand that sometimes in life when the creatives say move, you better be in a position to do so instantaneously. I ain't saying sit around and ponder, because if I had done that the day that they came to kill me on the Ave in front of Mr. Wonderful, if I had done that, I guarantee you I wouldn't be here to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because instantly when there's a sound in the earth, when it's time for you to go, you better be on the march, get set, ready. You better be ready to go, ma'am. Hey, sir, you better be ready to move according to the power that worketh within you. And you got to know that you have the power in and of yourself. Nobody can't tell you you have the power. You have to know this for yourself. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning. I miss y'all. Do y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? Be honest. Y'all, hey, listen. Y'all can, hey, look, one thing about me is, look, y'all can keep it real with me. Y'all see I done been all across this whole situation, right? I know you too. I see y'all see it. I know y'all can see it right here on YouTube. I know y'all see it right here on Facebook. Yeah, but I had to go across this country. And sometimes when you move across the country and you see different ethnicities and you see different mountaintop experiences. Ooh-wee. And I've been to the mountain. Did you hear me? I said I went to the mountain, Mount Lemon. We're going to call it Lemon. You know what I'm saying? It was actually Mount Lemon, Lemmon, in Tucson, Arizona, right outside of Tucson, Arizona. There's a mountain about 9,000 feet, almost close to 10,000 feet. Let me give y'all a good briefing of what transpired. Mount Lemon. So this Mount Lemon, right? Mount Lemon, check this out. With a summit elevation of 9,159 feet in the air, is the highest point in the Santa Catalina Mountains. It is located in the Coronado National Forest north of Tucson, Arizona, in the United States. Mount Lemon was named for botanist Sarah Plummer Lemon, which trekked to the top of the mountain with her husband in E.O. Stratton, a local rancher by horse afoot in 1881. And so Mount Lemon is also known as Bodag Diag, or Frog Mountain, to the Ohono, Odium. And so the highest point on this mountain is 9,171 feet above sea level. And guess what, y'all? I've been to the mountain. Yes, I have. I've been to the mountain. You know what I'm saying? I went above Arizona country high point. In the U.S., most prominent peaks is 117th of the U.S. most prominent peaks in the earth. The peaks in the earth, I've been there. And so it was through Tucson, Arizona that caused me to get to the mountain. Sometimes in this thing called life that it wasn't even planned that way. I was just going on my excursion by which I believe that the creator of all things has led me to. And I'm just here to tell you, you better be free enough within yourself, ma'am. Did you hear me, sir? I say, sir, you better be free enough within yourself to have the ability to move according to the instantaneous mindset shift that creator of all things will take you to. Because some days you think your life is all planned out, ma'am. And I'm here to let you know that he will shift, cause you to shift, and cause you to shift in a direction by which your altitude is too low. Ooh-wee. And he'll take you to a higher altitude where certain birds can't even fly. And so if you're an eagle, ma'am, you can't be down here with the pigeons. Hey, sir, if you're a straight eagle, you ain't gonna be flocking with the chickens. You're gonna have to move according to the spirit, your spirit. And when your spirit tell you to do something, you better be in the position to do it. In spite of anything that you might think that you have to grab hold to or keep connected with, sometimes he'll say, free yourself. Free yourself, ma'am. Free yourself from all of the entities that will hinder, stagnate, and or prevent you from becoming. Did you hear me? Ooh, we kings and queens in the earth. Cousins, all the cousins in the earth, all of my nieces and nephews, since you want to ump me, I'm talking to the nieces and the nephews in the earth then, since y'all want to ump me and make me the uncle, I'm old enough to be an uncle at 57 though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not intimidated, neither am I insulted by the fact that this young man told me the other day, he called me ump. He said, ump, you good? Because he saw me struggling. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning to tell every individual under the sound of my voice that you have the power to move. You better have the power to shift in this new season, in this new opportunities, in these new advancements. You better have the opportunity to shift, man. You better have the opportunity to shift, queen. A king. Have the opportunity to shift. Make your shift impactful in the earth. Cause you to shift into a higher gear, to go faster, further, with more velocity. Yeah, sometimes we're going to have to know how to shift the atmosphere. And every atmosphere that you walk in, sir, ma'am, if you are a part of the Hourglass Era, every atmosphere that you walk in, it don't even have to be intentional. I'm just saying some of these things happen from an accidental basis. You just show up and the atmosphere shift based on the fact that you showed up. And so I'm here this morning to tell you and every individual under the sound of my voice, stay attentive and be intentional about your moves in the earth. And if you're in an environment that will hinder, stagnate, and or prevent you from becoming the best version of yourself that you can become, then guess what you're going to have to do, man? You're going to have to leave that environment. You're going to have to move past the environment that was once a reservoir for you. At the same time, the creator of all things will eventually dry that environment up for you. And it'll make it null and void. It'll actually make it prevent you from even having the ability to eat anymore in that environment. When it's time for you to go, you better make sure you're understood and understanding that it's time to shift. And no matter what happens in your life, you better be able and have the ability and have the agility to shift the dynamics that would cause you a hindrance or stagnated, prevented measures. You better have the ability to shift past it. Did you hear me? I said, you better have the ability to shift past the stagnation, man. If it's going to stagnate your growth, you better have the ability to shift past it. And so at the same time, I'm here this morning. I'm here this morning just going to drop some jewels in your ear because I miss y'all. I can tell you I miss you. Can you tell me that? Can you say it? I miss you, Mr. Hourglass, man. I miss your thinking and your thoughts. Can you say that to me? I can tell y'all I miss y'all. I miss y'all. 21 days of separation, 21 days of seclusion, 21 days of segregation. Because creator of all things will segregate you. He'll set you apart. He'll sanctify you and put you all the way on the backside of a desert for a second until you get your mind right. Until you get your thoughts together, until you get your power up, until your kundalini come forward and sprout forth into your crown chakra. So you'll understand and comprehend that he is everything that we need him to be, every time that we need him to be it. And so I'm here this morning with y'all heard it. Did y'all hear my let me see. Hey, did y'all hear my introduction? Did you hear my introduction? Let me play it for you right here. Let me play it for you right here. Let me just see if it plays better right here. Yes, Lord. Come on. Yeah, we gonna get it together. It ain't always perfect. It don't have to be perfect.
Welcome to the Hourglass Era, where the standing time converge in the morning, Monday through Thursday, within the 9 o'clock hour. I am Kendrick B. Davis, the thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Allow us to guide as we delve into the depths of our consciousness and navigate the interwoven pathways of the mind. Join me on this thought-provoking journey where we explore the spiritual, intellectual, and physical realms, peering into the very essence of health awareness and holistic understanding. Everything on this earth is symbolic of the hourglass concept, and its center represents neutrality, a balance, a pivotal metaphor for our journey here in the hourglass. Just as the pH transition from acidity to alkalinity, so too must we navigate our thoughts from discordance to harmony. It's about transversing the realms of the 7 chakras and unlocking the spiritual experiences, aligning our conscious selves with the great aspects of life. Each session here unravels the unexplored conscious thoughts of human existence, inviting you to awaken, transcend, and comprehend the vast expansion of our inner world. So, come, tune in, and let's embark together on this extraordinary odyssey towards enlightenment. Welcome to the Hourglass Era.
It's gonna get better, y'all. It's gonna get better. Hey, look, it's gonna get better, y'all. I'm just here to let you know it's gonna get better. Did you hear me? I said I'm gonna let y'all know it's gonna get better. We just gotta move forward, and everything is not gonna be perfect. The whole world is not perfect. It's not going. Everything is not going to line itself up perfectly in your world. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be that way. But at the same time, I think that once you move and once you see, you know what I'm saying, that you have the ability to move in spite of the imperfections, that you have the ability to move in spite of the shortcomings, in spite of our frailties and our failures and all the F's that we might have in our closets. You know what I'm saying? I think that as long as you know who you are and whose you are, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And so I came here this morning to tell you, operate within your A plus. Ooh-wee. I said you might as well go ahead on and operate within your A plus, ma'am. I said you might as well go ahead on and operate within your A plus, because there's this A plus in you.
This is what would happen.
There's an A plus in you that has to come forth, right? And so at the same time, in this thing called life, you might as well go ahead on and operate within your A plus. Did you hear me? I say operate within your A plus. If there's an A plus in you, ma'am, sir, I said there's an A plus in you. You're going to have to find your A plus. I know you might think you look in the mirror and see F's. And I think that in certain parts and times of our lives that we can look and say, man, I done failed. Or I am a failure. And if you feel that way, I'm here to tell you, you can bring yourself up out the F's. Did you hear me? I say, ma'am, you have the ability to bring yourself up out of the F's and come up into your A plus. And so I'm here this morning to tell you, operate from within your A plus. That's the highest grade that you can get from what they can tell us in school and through the systems by which has been established. They'll give you an F for failure and an A for excellence. And so I'm here this morning to tell you, somehow or another, you're going to have to operate from within your A plus, because your A plus is substantial in the earth. You're going to have to make a shift. If you feel as though you're a D, even if you feel as though you're a C, it's a passing grade, but I believe that you have an A plus in you. So I'm here this morning to tell you to operate within your A plus. I feel it. Because you're going to have to bring your vibrations higher. You're going to have to bring your intentionality bigger and better. You're going to have to expand your A plus objectives in the earth. You're going to have to expand them. You're going to have to start operating within the power. I'm talking about your internal power. Because all three components, your spirit, your man, and your mind man, and your body man, is all three. And each one of those components have to be alkalinic. In order for you to move according to the power that worketh within you, did you hear me? I say all three of those components going to have to be here in the top side of the hourglass. We don't have the ability, neither do we have the agility to stay low. Everything down here is acidic. It's death, destruction, and dis-ease in your body. Up here is alkalinity. It's where you have health, wellness and well-being. And so in order to operate within your A plus, ma'am, you're going to have to bring all three of those components higher. Ooh-wee. Did you hear what I said? I said you're going to have to bring all three components of you. It's three of you. You have a spirit man, you have a mind man, and you have a body man. And all three of those components must be alkalinic in order for you to self-actualize and become the best version of yourself that you can become. And so I'm here this morning. I apologize to the minds of the people. Even though I know that the Creator said move, the Creator said go, the Creator said shift, and I had to do it without giving any answers or giving any recommendations or forgetting any people who that might have felt, kind of wayward because of my movement. But sometimes in this thing called life, you don't have the ability to stand around and tell every individual what the Creator told you. That right there will cause you your downfall. If you try to sit around and tell the Creator and tell everybody in this earth what the Creator told you to do, that right there will cause you your downfall, man. And so right now, in the spirit that I'm leading with, in the spirit by which I've been guided through, in the spirit by which the excellence of my A positive have came, I have to tell you, operate within your A positive. Get to the A positives in your life. Did you hear me? Go up. Come up out of lower vibrational thought processes and come up to the higher vibrational attributes in the earth. You're going to have to do it. You can't stay low anymore. Did you hear me? I say there's no reason to stay low anymore. We're going to have to raise up out of where we once was until where he desired to take us to. And in that process of moving, in that process of going, in that process of elevating, in that process of expansions and inclusion, you're going to eliminate a lot of people. You're going to have to eliminate a lot of things. You're going to have to eliminate a lot of environments that you once were connected with. You're not going to have the ability to take that environment with you. And so you're going to have to leave that environment behind. And yeah, people are going to feel a way about it. But at that moment by which he tells you to move, your very life might be hanging in the balance. Your very freedom might be hanging in the balance. Did you hear me? And so, I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize to all the minds of the people that may feel some type of way because I didn't get on and say what should have been said prior to me leaving. But I'm here to let you know when the Creator of all things tell you to move, don't be concerned about the mind of other individuals and how they're going to feel about your move. Because your very life may be snuffed out. Your very life might be slowed down and or hindered or stagnated because you didn't move with a spirit of urgency. And so I'm here to tell every individual in the sound of my voice, move with a spirit of urgency. We don't know how long we have on this earth. And I know that sometimes in this thing called life, you feel like you got a lot of time to do certain things. And I'm telling you, we don't have time. And the time is running out. And we're here this morning to tell you, move according to your A positive. Bring your spirit up out of F's and D's and C's and B's. That we can walk in this earth with excellence, being impactful, being therapeutic, being stabilized, be secure. How about the word solid? Walk in this earth solid. You got to be solid in your walk in the earth. I promise you, when you walk according to your innermost spirit and your innermost being, I know that you have the power to do it. And so sometimes in this thing called life, we're going to have to step out by faith. Everything is not going to have an itinerary. Oh, I need to know my itinerary when I'm going to do this and when I'm going to do that. Sometimes he will tell you to move and don't give you a destination by which you're going. Do you have the capacity to move? You got to question yourself sometimes. Do you have the capacity? Do you have the authority? Do you have the inclinations? Do you have the power? So I'm here this morning to tell every individual under the sound of my voice, you better go inward to get the power. The power does not come from the outside in. I truly believe that your power comes from the inside out. Just like your wealth and your riches in the earth comes from the inside. It's an internal element that's inside of you, man. Hey, sir, you got to go inward to get it. You cannot stay outside of yourself and expect for others to pour into your power. Your power is internal. And so I'm here this morning. Ooh-wee, I can feel it restoring. I can feel my power coming back. I can feel my resiliency, because you're going to have to be resilient, because the woes and the things of this world will knock you down, man. Hey, sir, I say the attributes of this world and the character of this world is here to destroy you and to make your spirit be distraught. And you can walk through this earth distraught and destroyed from the inside out. But I'm here to tell you, or from the outside in, I'm sorry. But what I'm here to tell you is that you have the power. You have the resource. You have the very source that is going to need in order to come up out of where you are and operate within your A+. Did you hear me? I said you're going to have to tap in. You're going to have to go inward to your innermost being in order for you to become, in order for you to be established, in order for you to be secure, in order for you to be solid, in order for you to be respected, in order for you to gain confidence, in order for you to have the ability and the agility, you're going to have to go inward to get the power that you need in order to do it. And so I'm here this morning to tell you that everything in the universe is consciousness. And we're going to have to tap back into our consciousness. Is the mind. And the mind is the light. And the light is all. And each individual is merely the individual expression of the one mind via the conditions placed upon it. And the light is the effect. And everything that happens in our physical realities is the cause of a mental state which precedes it. Did you hear me? Ooh-wee. I feel like somebody missed that. I got to say it again. I say the light is the effect. And everything that happens in our physical realities is the cause of a mental state which precedes it. And there is nothing that exists within this physical world that didn't first exist within the mind. And we know that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I'm here, and I might have been called by the Creator to speak into your mind. And I am the thought provoker. I'm here for no other reason than to provoke thoughts, sir. Hey, ma'am, I promise you on everything I love, I probably wouldn't do this. If I had a hidden objective and an underlying motive, I probably would have stopped by now. But my only objective in this earth at this moment is to speak into your mind and cause you to shift. I had to do it. And every individual that's connected to me in some shape, form, or fashion or another will have to shift. You're not going to have the ability to stand there in the same gear that you once was in 2019. Neither 2020. Because in 2019, I went through one of the most difficult times in my life. On September 18th, 2019, I had received a phone call that my son was found unresponsive in Chicago. One of the most difficult times in my life, I had to go and I had to endure. My child, to look down in my child's face in a casket. Ooh-wee. So I've been there and I've done that. I made it through. And my mom was at his funeral. And the following year, 2020, she passed away. I had to endure that pain. But I'm here to tell every individual sometimes the prerequisite for power is pain. And you can't endure the pain, then you don't have what it takes to harness the power. Did you hear me? I say, if you don't have what it takes to endure pain, then I'm here to let you know that pain is a prerequisite for power. You will not have the bandwidth to actually harness the power in your life. And so I'm here this morning to tell you pain is a prerequisite for power. So if you run from pain, then ma'am, you will never have power. Hey, sir, if you such a pain person that you cannot endure, and you always try to run from painful experiences and painful situations, I'm here to let you know that you don't have what it takes to harness the power. Because you're going to have pain in order to have power. You're going to have to endure pain. Because the pain is a prerequisite for power. And so, I'm here this morning. God created man in his image. And God's image is your own wonderful human imagination. Did you hear me? I say God created man in his image. I'm sorry, y'all. I say God created man in his image. And God's image is your own wonderful human imagination. And so you, as God, also created your world in your own image. And as within, so without. So you express your conscious mind through your conscious mind. And your subconscious mind expresses itself automatically. Nothing can exist in your outer world unless it first exists within your inner world. And your inner world is mental. And so I'm here this morning to tell every individual under the sound of my voice that you're going to have to find your A+. If you've lost your A+ along the way, and if you've allowed situations and circumstances and financial collapses and tragedies and all these triggers to hinder and stagnate your position, or to hinder and stagnate where you are, and where you know you should be, then I'm here to let you know, go find your A plus and operate within your A plus, man. Did you hear me? You're going to have to find a way to step all the way up into your A plus and operate from within your A plus. Because at the same time, your A plus is where your excellence is and where your excellence resides. And so you're going to have to move according to your excellence in the earth. I know we've fallen short. I know we might be operating in our C's. We might even be in our B's. But I'm here to tell you, you're going to have to find your A plus. You're going to have to move according to your excellence in the earth in order to be impactful, in order to be remembered, in order to be sustained, in order to be an influencer. You're going to move according to your A plus power, because your A plus is significant. You got to operate within your A plus, man. Did you hear me? You're going to have to operate within your A plus. That's the only way. And so I think that as you realize that what you do is because of who you are. Did you hear me? I say, I realize that what I do because of I am who I am. What seems hard to others is effortless for me. You're going to have to say that for yourself. I say, what seems hard to others is effortless for me. Hard work is effortless for me because I am fully aligned with my desires. Taking action is effortless for me because I let love take its course. I have a magnet, and I am a magnet, and a dynamic personality, radiant with love, confidence, certainty, and optimism. And I attract only beneficial circumstances in my life. You got to say that for yourself. Hey, sir, we're not chasing these beneficial circumstances. That's why I get upset with people that I hear, I'm chasing the bag. No, you're not. And if you are, stop. Don't chase nothing in this atmosphere, in this earth. It's for the taking. We're going to have to attract these things in our lives, man. Hey, sir, we're here to attract. We don't have to chase. We attract what we want out the atmosphere. It's all conducive. It's all through your mind. It's all through your thoughts. It's all through your memory. It's all through your conscientiousness. Did you hear me? And so at the same time, I'm here this morning, and I'm here for no other reason than to speak into the mind of the people. I'm here to pour. I'm here to alleviate any self-doubt. I'm here to eliminate any worthless thoughts that will actually hinder you and prevent you from operating from within your A plus. And so I'm here this morning. I'm making a vow and a promise to you that I'll be here from now on, unless the creator of all things take me on another 21-day sabbatical. But within those 21 days, I've learned a lot. I've stood 9,179 feet in the air above sea level, at the peak of this mountain looking over. And I'm here to tell you that one slip, one misstep of this mountain that I climbed would have been my death. You can look over at the edge of the mountain, 9,179 feet in the air. And one misstep, one gravel rock that you stand on would have slipped over the edge and could have very well been the end of your life. But I made it through. And I sat on this rock, ooh-wee, at the highest point of this mountain, Mount Lemon, north of Tucson, Arizona. And I sat there and I pondered my life. And I said, Lord, is this life worth living? Because I can end it now if I had a desire to, and call it a mistake, and call it an accident. But I know that I'm here on assignment. I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm here on assignment. And so I'm here this morning. And I chose to live and not die. Did you hear me? And that's a choice that we all have to make, yo. A queen, a kings in the earth, a uncles and aunties, mothers and fathers, cousins and cousins, nieces and nephews. I'm here to tell you that you're going to eventually have to find your life. Make sure you find it operating within your A+. There's an A+ in you, and you got to go find it. If you're not operating within it, it's readily available for you. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought provoker. I'm your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. And so I'm here this morning to reestablish and reconfirm, reanoint, refocused after reading up, recalibrated. That's what just dropped in my spirit. The creator of all things will recalibrate you, man. Did you hear me, sir? I said the creator of all things will recalibrate your whole entire existence here on earth if you allow him to. He'll recalibrate the whole entire spectrum by which you operate from. And if you're in the acidic environment, if you're in the acidic side of conscientiousness, where death, destruction, cancer, disease, dis-ease in your body, where all of the diverticulitis and all of the heart failure and things of that nature that will be low vibrational, I'm here to tell you, you can bring your vibrations higher. All you need is a desire to do so and the mind to correct it. Did you hear me? I say all you need is a mindset shift. So we're going to have to shift our thoughts. We're going to have to recalibrate our mindset. We're going to have to reestablish the footing by which we once had. So I'm here this morning back with you, locking arms with you in our minds. I can't physically do it, but I can psychologically lock arms with you. You put your arm through my arm. We'll walk this thing called life out together. Did you hear me? I say I have the ability to help you walk life out with you. As I figure this thing out as a 57-year-old man, I won't sit here and tell you I have all the answers. I cannot sit here and tell you that I know all things because I do not. But one thing I do know is I know how to tap in. Ooh-wee. And that's an ability that you're going to need to know how to do, sir. Amen. Tap into your innermost being. Tap into your innermost excellence. Tap into your A+ mindset. There's a mindset of A+, just like there's a mindset of F+ and an F-. But we here in this community, in this mindset shift, in this atmosphere, in this environment, I'm asking you to bring your vibrations higher, to bring your energies up out of the lower vibrational aspect up into the higher vibrational aspect of thought. That's all I'm asking you to do. And I'm here to lead, guide, orchestrate, manipulate, however it takes, alleviate all self-doubt, all limiting beliefs, anything that will stagnate and prevent you from becoming. I'm here to let you know you have the mindset to shift that thought and make it be real and make it be so. So since we going, we might as well go. Did you hear me, YouTube? Facebook family and friends, did you hear me? I say we might as well make it be so. Through our thoughts, through our charisma. That's a word that just dropped in my spirit. Be charismatic as you walk through this thing called life. Did you hear me? Increase your charisma. I'm not all the way set up. And that's why anybody better not talk to me if you feel like the creative. If you feel like the creator of all things, if you feel like the creator of all things has called you to do something other than what you have been doing, and you just don't know how to do it, sometimes it got to be done in spite of, and as you start walking, it'll work itself out. Did you hear me? I say sometimes you might not have all the start and the finish progression and the processes by which he want to take you. But sometimes we might have to start this thing out by faith. And then as you start to move, everything will start to unravel in your favor. Did you hear me? I say as you start to move, things will start to unravel in your faith, in your focus, in your fate, F-A-T-E. It's already here for you. You just have to reach up and grab it. Did you hear me? I say privileges, advancements, opportunities is already here. You have to have the right lenses on in order to see in the proper perspective by which you're gonna have to open your third eye. You see my physical eyes are closed, but my third eye is wide open. And sometimes, ma'am, in this thing called life, you might have to close your eye, your physical eye, and open your third eye. Did you hear me? I say close your physical eye and open that third eye, your sixth chakra. Open it and allow it to become aligned and balanced. So we here. I'm just nothing but a liaison. Did you hear me? I say maybe I'm a mediator. Maybe I'm an assistant. Maybe I am a midwife here to help you birth forth your newness. There's some male midwives out here, and maybe I'm one. Maybe I'm here to help assist you to move forward in the possibilities of your life. Maybe I'm here to help you be impactful in the earth. Maybe I'm here to lock arms with you and say, you have the ability. So you have the agility to move forward and tap all the way into your A+. Because we've been in a lower vibrational state long enough. And so I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Ooh-wee. I've never left y'all, but I'm back. Is that possible? Is that possible to never leave, but yet be back? Ooh-wee. I never left y'all, but I'm back. Stronger. Mightier. I'm back, y'all. More of a believer. More of an altitude. You gotta go higher. In your mind and your mindset shifts, you gotta go higher. Can't stay where you are, sir. Hey, ma'am, you have no place there anymore. Did you hear me? There's no place for you there anymore. The creator of all things has called you out from among them. And when he say go, you better be in a position to do so. Because if you stay, you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to hurt the environment by which you're in at the moment. Wee. Did you hear me? Wee. Did you hear me? If you stay past your time, you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to hurt the people around you. And so the creator of all things telling me to tell somebody under the sound of my voice, you got to go by faith. Everything ain't going to be perfectly laid out for you in no red carpet event. Sometimes you might have to go and walk on the gravel of life. Ooh-wee, like I just did. I went and walked through the gravel of the rocks to make it to the peak of this mountain. And gravel is a part of the earth, just like a paved road is. But sometimes in this thing called life, creator of all things will tell you to walk through the gravel, where you're going to have to watch your footing. Because sometimes the gravel of life will make you slip. But you can fall on a carpeted floor. Did you hear me? If you're not being careful about your steps in the earth, I'm telling you, you have the ability to fall even on a tile floor. So, these steps that we got to make from this point on, did you hear me? I say the steps that we have to make from this point on, we're going to have to watch our footing. I know you want to say, I'm walking on green grass. But even in the midst of that green grass, it might be a little indentation that will twist and break your ankle in green grass. And so I'm here to tell you, be attentive and walk in the awareness. Did you hear me? I say be attentive to your surroundings and walk in the awareness of where you are and what's going on. And so we're going to be here from this point on. I'm getting ready to take y'all on this lifelong journey with me. Did you hear me? I thank the creator of all things for the 21 days that 21-day sabbatical that he took me on. I can't tell y'all everything that happened in these 21 days. But I can tell you this, that I went to the mountain, 9,179 feet above sea level. And I stood on the tip of the mountain, on the peak of the mountain. And I looked across this whole entire situation. As far as I can look, I can see a beautiful sky, the terrain of the U.S., the terrain of the environment by which I was standing upon. I can see it. I witnessed it. I endured it. I meditated in it. I gained power from it. And so I'm thankful. I walk this earth with an attitude of gratitude. Did you hear me? I say I walk through this earth with an attitude of gratitude. Operating within my A+. Because I don't want to go anything lower than an A+. And I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. Yeah, and I'm grateful. I'm back, and I never left. Did you hear me? I say I'm back, and I never left. I just want you to know that I attract only beneficial circumstances in my life. If they're beneficial, then I want them. And you should say this for yourself. I attract only beneficial things in my life, ma'am. Hey, sir, all I want is the beneficial factors. The factors that are beneficial to me. I want it. I desire it. If I can't get it, I'll take it. All beneficial things are attracted to me. So, creator of all things, I know you're listening. I know you're here with us as we reestablish, as we restore, as we've been restored and we gain restoration power. Did you hear me? I know that you're listening. And I'm here to tell the world, operate and help us to operate within our A+. Since you want us to operate within our A+, then show us the way. Show us how to be better. Show us how to do it the way that you desire. It ain't going to be perfect. It'll never be perfect, but we must be pure. I said we'll never be perfect, but we must be pure. So we're going to walk in our purity because we know that we're not perfect. And perfection is not our birthright, but purity is. We can be pure in the midst of our imperfections because no one on this earth is perfect, but we must be pure. And so I come this morning as humble as I know how, saying thank you, sir, for allowing me 57 years of understandings, 57 years of wisdom, knowledge, power, vigor, and vitality. I thank you that you have brought me out of darkness into your marvelous light. I can operate 100% within the power by which you have created me to be. So, these circumstances, the certainty, the confidence, help us to radiate. Help us to radiate these factors and these words into the atmosphere by which you can get glory, honor, and praise. Help us to become everything that you desire. If you don't desire it for us, then we don't want it. Did you hear me? If you don't desire us to become and to be, then we don't want it. We only want what you and your heart's desire wants for us. And so we surrender. We surrender our thoughts into your own. We surrender our hearts to you. We surrender our spirits to your understanding and your comprehension in the earth. Help us to become. Help us to operate within our A+. That's your heart's desire for us, then we desire it for ourselves. We want to operate from within our A+. Nothing more, nothing less. And so I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I am your thought provoker and specialist. I'm on assignment, y'all. I never left my assignment. The 21-day sabbatical was a restoration, was resilient. So I'm here. Tap in. Tap into this energy source by which he has given me. So I'm your health conscious coach. I'm your intellectual content creator. And I'm also your podcast professor. I'm just so happy to be back here in your presence. Did you hear me, YouTube, Facebook, family, and friends? I am so happy to be back here in your presence. I never left you. My heart has always been here. He just said, be quiet for 21 days. Ooh-wee. It was a task to happen. But I've been there, and I've done that. And I have a conscious mind that has been restored. And so I thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. Thank y'all for being here with me this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. I'll see y'all again tomorrow.